the satisfaction that defeats sin. Jesus said to them, "I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me shall never hunger, and whoever believes in me shall never thirst." John 6:35. What we need to see here is that the essence of faith is being satisfied with all that God is for us in Christ. Defining faith this way emphasizes two things. One is the God-centeredness of faith. It is not merely the promises of God that satisfy us, it is all that God Himself is for us in Jesus. Faith embraces God in Christ as our treasure, not just God's promised gifts. Faith banks its hope not just on the real estate of the age to come, but on the fact that God will be there. Revelation 21:3. I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, "Behold, the dwelling place of God is with man. He will dwell with them, and they will be His people, and God Himself will be with them as their God." And even now, what faith embraces most earnestly is not just the reality of sins forgiven, as precious as that is, but the presence of the living Christ in our hearts and the fullness of God Himself. In Ephesians 3:17-19, Paul prays that Christ may dwell in your hearts through faith, and that you may be filled with all the fullness of God. The other thing emphasized in defining faith as being satisfied with all that God is for us in Jesus is the term satisfaction. Faith is the quenching of the soul's thirst at the fountain of God. In John 6:35, we see that believing means coming to Jesus to eat and drink the bread of life and the living water. John 4:10 and 14, which are nothing other than Jesus Himself. Here's the secret of the power of faith to break the enslaving force of sinful attractions. If the heart is satisfied with all that God is for us in Jesus, the power of sin to lure us away from the wisdom of Christ is broken.